Hello everybody and welcome to another clown reaction video. I am Barnaby from Clown Spirit, where we take the power of clowning and we use it to bring lightness, joy and connection to your life and the lives of everybody around you. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button right now and the notification button so that you don't miss a single video. It's wonderful to see you here. Today we're going to be talking about and looking at one of my all-time favourite clowns. I never saw him in the flesh because he was dead long before I was born. However, he is amazing and there is a little bit of video that still remains of him and we're going to watch a short snatch of that. His name is Grock. He's a Swiss clown, circus clown, absolutely extraordinary, inspirational clown. This video was shot in the 1930s, I think 1931, in a big theatre, I'm assuming in Switzerland. And it's a longer show, but I'm just going to show you a short clip and we're going to take a look at it and see what happens. It's just one of the most beautiful little pieces of clowning that I know, and I just love this and I find it, it influences me a lot in my work. So first of all, you have to know that at the beginning, Grock is borrowing a violin from a member of the orchestra, which is just in front of him, because he doesn't like his own violin. So he's borrowing it and he says, he speaks in German and he takes it and he says, this is much better than mine. And then it goes from there. Thank you very much.
Seine ist viel besser.
It's much better. So there's all this is kind of set up, right? You know, he shows us that he can really play the violin well, but it's not about that. It's about this little thing, this flick of this toss of the violin bow, and he can't catch it. Even though he showed us this amazingly difficult spin that he did with the chair and caught that, he can't seem to catch this bow, and it really frustrates him, and we see that, a really clear, strong reaction every time he drops it. So there's a beautiful sequence. So he goes off stage to practice throwing the bow, right? And there's something even ridiculous about that. He doesn't need to practice playing the violin. It's just this bow throwing movement that he needs to practice. He goes off, and behind the screen you can see that he's throwing it perfectly. It's going up, it's spinning, it's coming down, and there's this lovely shot of the woman's eyes in the back kind of going up and down. It's just a little kind of comic touch. It's so, there's something about it that's quite lovely. So we know he can do it. When he comes out, he waves the bow. Yes, I've got it. I can do it. And of course, you know, clowning plays all the time with this, with the idea of expectation. So once the clown has confidence and expectation that he can do something, you know, there's often then an undercutting of that, a failure that's coming up. So he tries again and he can't do it again. So what's happening here? There's a logic that's developing. The logic is very simple. The logic is he can do the trick when he's behind the screen, but when he's in front of the audience and trying to demonstrate it, trying to show off, he can't do it. So there's a clear dichotomy there. So I love this because it's almost like a little development, a little embellishment within the bigger piece. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the structure of the piece, but there's a kind of little ornamentation that's quite fun. He picks the bow and the violin up the wrong way round, and it just feels odd. He puts them down, turns around, picks them up again, and then suddenly it's the right way round, and he can't figure out how it got right again, but it is right, and he just sort of accepts it. So again, it's a lovely little clown logic thing, a problem he's trying to figure out, and he solves it without realizing how he solved it. But it's satisfying, right? There's a payoff. So he's also, maybe a function of this is to kind of distract us a little bit from what the original problem was with the bow tossing, so that to take our minds down a different route, and therefore to bring the possibility of a surprise. So again, he's taking us on a seemingly different route here. There's this beautiful sequence where his stance, he can't get his stance right. His feet are too far out, and then they're stuck, and then he's trying to push them with the bow, and then he ends up kicking his own foot out from underneath him and landing on his butt right on top of the violin. So, it looks simple, but this is a beautifully timed and executed little piece of slapstick, and being able to actually land on the violin and make that look natural as well is quite wonderful. So again, it's almost as though the thing about tossing the bow has been forgotten about. That's not the story now. This feels like the ending, the culmination of something with a kind of horrible disaster of something that's happened, and now he has to deal with this. And I just love how much he lingers over this. It's such a wonderful thing, this broken, destroyed violin, which is normally something that costs a lot of money and is very valuable. And he just really kind of ekes this out, and giving it back to the guy as though he wants it now.
Sein ist viel besser. Geben Sie mal Ihre Geige da. Oh, brauchen Sie keinen Angst zu haben? Nein?
But the other guy won't give him his violin, surprisingly.
Ist ja viel besser. Ah, ja.
I just love this moment, and I think he doesn't do it again. But it's so surprising, right? Because he's taken us on this whole other journey that he's led us on, like a wild goose chase, thinking about other things, and we forget about the bow toss, and then he reincorporates it, and he kind of like puts a bookend, a full stop on the end of that whole sequence where he couldn't catch it and went behind the screen to try and catch it, and it goes on this whole journey to get back to this point where it started, and it's so gratifying, right, for him to have caught it. He's this huge celebration, this lovely outpouring of joy, and also it's really satisfying for us somehow as the audience seeing that finally come to fruition. And it's almost, I think, when I'm watching this, as if there's a kind of a lesson, you know, within this structure as well, like a little wisdom, a life wisdom thing, which is about how you achieve things when you stop trying so hard. Right? When you're trying and trying and trying, you're somehow pushing too hard and you can't do the thing you want, and it's frustrating. And then you sort of forget about it. Maybe you even go to the pits of despair, or something really bad happens, some tragic thing, you can't go any lower. And then suddenly there's a lightness and you're not pushing. And suddenly, even without thinking about it, you are able to do this thing that you couldn't do before. And how like life, right? That we achieve the things we want to when there's flow and ease, and not so much of that pushing, stressful energy of trying to achieve something or trying to prove something. So we recognize the truth in that, and we really enjoy that, as well as just the sheer pleasure of he caught it. So I just, I wanted to share this because I just love this piece so much on so many levels. It's so perfectly structured, a little thing, so simple and so beautifully executed, and it demonstrates so much about clowning and as I say, about life. So I really hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That is Grock. You can check out the full-length show that he does. You just type Grock into YouTube and you'll get it right up. And yeah, thanks for joining me today for another clown reaction video here from Clown Spirit. Please subscribe to the channel and hit notifications. I'm putting up clown reaction videos all the time, new ones, old acts, new acts. If you have a routine that you do and you'd like me to check it out and have a look at it and make a reaction video, just send it to me and I will do that. Or any ideas for clown acts that you want me to react to. I take suggestions and recommendations, so please keep them coming. Enjoy your day and keep clowning.